My name is Emma Carter. I am 36 years old, and my family believes I work the night shift at a shipping warehouse, earning just enough to pay my bills. What they do not know is that I am the founder and owner of North Star Logistics, a company worth billions of dollars across North America. I never hid my success because I was ashamed. I hid it because, in my family, love always came with conditions. Every achievement I earned was either ignored or used to make my younger brother, Ryan, look even better. One winter evening, my parents invited me to a family dinner. The real reason, however, was not celebration. Ryan had just become the youngest vice president at a large technology company, and everyone wanted to honor him. The invitation included one strange request: please come early. We need to discuss your future. I already knew what that meant. I drove my old car, wore a simple coat, and carried a worn work bag. I wanted to see how they treated the daughter they believed had failed in life. When I entered the house, my mother looked at my clothes and sighed. "Emma, please don't embarrass us tonight," she whispered. My father smiled proudly at Ryan, who sat beneath a banner reading, "Congratulations, Vice President." Ryan talked for an hour about his salary, his company apartment, and his future plans. My parents listened as though he had changed the world. Then the questions began. "How much do you earn now?" my aunt asked. "Do warehouse jobs even provide insurance?" my uncle added. "Have you thought about getting a real career?" my father asked. Nobody wanted answers. They only wanted proof that they had been right about me. I remained calm. Then Ryan mentioned something unexpected. His company had an important business meeting next week with a major transportation firm called North Star Logistics. "The founder is a genius," Ryan said proudly. "People like that are rare." I smiled quietly. The founder he admired was sitting at the same dinner table. But I said nothing. That night, after dessert, my parents gathered everyone into the living room. The chairs had already been arranged in a circle. It was not a conversation. It was an intervention. My mother placed folders on the table. Apartment listings. Job applications. Budget plans. Even a proposed contract. Ryan had prepared an offer for me to become his personal assistant. Salary, $38,000 a year. Duties included office work, travel arrangements, and helping his family on weekends. "This is your chance," Ryan said. "You can finally learn how successful people work." I looked at the contract. Then I looked at my family. For a moment, I almost laughed. The owner of a billion-dollar company was being offered a job arranging her brother's meetings. But before I could answer, I noticed another document beneath the contract. It contained papers related to an old family property left by my grandfather. My father quickly removed it. "That has nothing to do with you," he said. I said nothing. But that night, I realized this dinner was about more than pride. There were secrets hidden inside this family. And I intended to uncover every one of them. The next morning, my grandmother called me privately. She handed me a small key. "It belongs to your grandfather's safety deposit box," she said. Inside, I found old letters, legal papers, and property records. Years earlier, my grandfather had left me ownership in valuable industrial land. But the documents showed something shocking. Someone had transferred my share without permission. The signature was not mine. That land had later been used as collateral to help Ryan's company secure financing. My parents had taken what belonged to me because they believed Ryan deserved success more than I did. Before I could process everything, another message arrived. An anonymous employee from Ryan's company sent evidence of financial irregularities. Fake reports. Inflated numbers. Hidden losses. The company's leadership knew about the problems. And Ryan had ignored warnings. I contacted my executive team at North Star. We decided not to cancel the upcoming meeting. Instead, we would allow every statement to be made on record. The truth would reveal itself. A week later, my family arrived proudly at North Star headquarters. Ryan carried presentation files. My parents walked beside him like royalty. When they saw me waiting near the entrance in my old coat, Ryan handed me his briefcase. "Carry this," he said. "I may need assistance during the meeting." I took it quietly. The meeting began. Ryan spoke confidently about growth, financial stability, and future partnerships. Everything sounded perfect. Until the presentation ended. Then one of my executives stood up. "Would Ms. Emma Carter please take her seat at the head of the table?" Silence filled the room. Ryan looked confused. My parents stared at me. A screen lit up. Emma Carter, founder and chief executive officer, Northstar Logistics. No one moved. No one spoke. And for the first time in my life, my family saw the truth they had ignored for years. But that was only the beginning. Because the next documents would change everything. Evidence appeared on the screens. Emails. Financial reports. Hidden records. The company's numbers had been manipulated. Warnings had been ignored. Ryan had chosen success over honesty. Investigations followed. The business deal ended immediately. Banks reviewed loans. Lawyers examined the property transfer. Experts confirmed that my signature on the old documents had been forged. Eventually, the property was returned to me. My parents apologized. My relatives asked for help. Ryan asked me to save his career. But I had learned something important. People who respect you only after discovering your wealth never respected you at all. I did not seek revenge. I simply created boundaries. Later, I used the recovered land to build a training center for warehouse workers, drivers, and young people seeking better opportunities. Because the people my family looked down upon were the same people who had helped build my company. Years later, I stood at the opening ceremony and said, "Your value does not come from your money, your title, or your possessions. It comes from your character. And true respect should never depend on what people think you own." I never returned to those family dinners. Not because I hated them. But because peace is more valuable than approval. And sometimes, the greatest success is learning that you no longer need permission to live your own life.